I'm going to show you how to work with accessible and inaccessible PDFs in Google Drive when using the Read-Write extension. First of all, depending on how you share the PDF with your students, it's going to be important to find out how to get it correctly into their Drive. So if you just strictly go into Google Drive and choose to share the PDF, they're going to want to make sure that it's, first of all, added to their Drive, and second of all, they make a copy of it so that they're not all editing and annotating the same document. So the first thing that the kids will want to do is, if you double click on the PDF that's shared with them, typically in the upper right hand corner, you're going to see an icon that looks similar to this, the little Google Drive symbol with the plus sign. And that is the button that will allow them to click on it to add that PDF to their Drive. So they're going to want to do that first. The second thing they're going to want to do is, once they see it in their Drive, they want to do a right click on it and choose Make a Copy. So I'm going to make a copy of it, and it's going to change the name to Copy of Alice PDF. And what that's going to allow the students to do is, when they're going in there to, let me find it in my Drive first. Copy of Alice. So when the students go in there, they're not all going to be editing the same PDF. So here's my copy, which I'm then going to organize. And in this case, I'm just going to throw it into a folder called PDFs. So I'm going to click and drag that into PDFs so I can locate that again easily. And it should be in my folder. So there it is. There's the copy. So if all the kids had jumped into alice.pdf, they're all going to be editing and annotating the same document. So now when I click Open Copy of Alice PDF, it's just going to be one person who is in there at a time. So at this point, you do not want to come up to the purple puzzle piece and for the Read-Write extension, because it's not going to see the PDF correctly. You want, in order to get this to work, you have to launch the PDF reader through Text Help, which works in conjunction with the Read-Write extension. So you're going to choose the little arrow, Open With, and choose Read-Write for Google Chrome. Once you do that, you'll see that it starts to load with the Read-Write symbol, and up at the top, you'll see a bar that loads along the top. Right there, that blue bar means that it's loading the Text Help PDF reader. If you don't see this, it's because you don't have the Text Help PDF reader installed. And at this point, if you don't have it installed, it typically prompts you, would you like to install the Text Help PDF reader now? And if it gives you that message, click yes and install the extension at that time. So now, this is what an accessible PDF looks like, meaning it works fully with all of the tools on the toolbar. So if I click Hover Speech, or click to Speech, or Speak, wherever I click, it's going to start reading.
There was nothing so very remarkable in that.
And you may not hear that reading as that speaks, but it was reading and highlighting the words at the same time. If I click it again, I turn it off. And again, if I go in and choose a word, let's see, hot, can go into dictionary, and it has my dictionary. If I choose picture dictionary, I get pictures and so on. But probably the tools that are the most unique in here are these over here, typewriter and push pin. So the typewriter is going to allow you to click anywhere in the document and write a response. And you can still click play to hear the response. You can use word prediction. You can even voice dictate your response on the PDF. This is good if there are built-in questions like a worksheet on the PDF that you can type in and respond right on the PDF. And then you're going to click Add Typewriter checkbox, and it's going to put the response right onto your PDF. This is why it's important that the student makes a copy of the PDF. If you had just shared this with the entire class, everybody would be in here at one time, putting their responses and highlighting at the same time. Also, the other option that you have is push pin. So push pin is good. So anywhere you click, you can add a push pin, and you could put in here extra directions. You could have them put in their reflections as they read. You can have them respond to the text. And when you click the check mark, it just turns into a push pin. So whenever you click that push pin, you can see the text, and then it goes back so it doesn't take up a lot of space on the PDF itself. So this is what an accessible PDF looks like. So let's take a look at what an inaccessible PDF looks like. Now, whether your PDF is accessible or inaccessible, you're going to want the students to make a copy of it so that they don't end up trying to all try to get in and use the extension on the same document at the same time. So I go back up to open with Read Write for Google Chrome like I did before. Now this one would simulate what would happen if I were to have a worksheet and take it to the printer or the scanner, scan it, have it emailed to me, and this is what it's going to look like, okay? So this was from last time I was in here, actually, so I'm going to get rid of these. All right. Now, you'll notice if I come over here to click to speak and click, nothing happens because the message says we can't find any text in this document. It may not have been scanned using an OCR. You could click here to convert it now with SnapBurter, although we only have access to the free version, which means you'd only be able to convert a few documents into an accessible PDF before it locks you out and makes you pay for the extension, which we don't currently have in the county, unfortunately. But the good news is you can make use of Screenshot Reader. So if I click Screenshot Reader, I can select text and it will read. It does take a few moments for it to try to translate the text into something that it can read, which is why you see it loading.
There was nothing so remarkable in that. There was nothing so remarkable in that. And did Alice think it so much out of...
Now, I don't know if you could hear that or not, but it was basically mispronouncing some of these words. Like this was saying raw remarkable instead of very. And it also pronounced nor incorrectly because if you look, some of the text is kind of broken up, so it's having a hard time seeing the text. So scanning documents can become problematic. We understand that some of the other tools like typewriter and push pins will work seamlessly, although some of the ones like highlighting will not because it doesn't see the text to be able to highlight. Okay, so in the very least, you have the ability to use the screenshot reader, the typewriter, the push pin on an inaccessible PDF until we can go and convert over to SnapBurter, which I don't know when that's going to happen, but hopefully sometime in the future.